Another Obamacare news item, a delay that's already in the works. This is fishy. Talk about fishy. Reports today the White House is considering extending individual health insurance policies canceled by the law for another 3 years. A spokesman for the Health and Human Services Department says only the administration is looking to, quote, continue to examine all sorts of ways to provide consumers with more choices. It follows a warning by the CBO that the law could reduce the workforce by 2 million individuals, and a survey showing that a number of employers are considering scaling back health care benefits and jobs because of this law. Paging Dr. Ben Carson, could it be already a year, I think a year ago yesterday, with that famous breakfast when he got in a certain president's face on all of this? Doctor, good to have you.
Good to be back, Neil.
By the way, on this farm bill, Doctor, I'm told it's tilted toward fish. You're big into healthy eating. Do you find at least that encouraging that it is tilted to fish, particularly catfish?
I find it not encouraging at all, because basically what we're trying to do now is take a whole nother industry, the farm industry, and put them also completely under the thumb of the government. So it's a systematic thing. You do one group and another group and another group. And I hope people are actually able to see what's going on, be able to look at the big picture here. There's an utter contempt for the intelligence of the people with the things that this administration is doing.
Well, not by Doctor, not just this administration. I mean, with all respect, sir, I mean, Republicans signed on to this behemoth, and I mean, all these special allowances on our website, you could see it, but some of the more egregious cases we spelled out. But I'm wondering, as you, as someone who says conservatives have to stand on principle and line by line go through this stuff, when you see the shenanigans on the part of both parties to keep foisting this stuff under the guise of a farm bill that sounds good, how different is that from just wasting gazillions of dollars on a health care law that's not panning out?
Well, I have to confess that both parties have people who believe in big government control. And one of the things that is so important, one of the reasons that, I've gotten involved myself, with the, American Legacy Pact and Save Our Healthcare, is because I want people to start vocalizing in a tangible way their dissent, so that we can present this to Congress and we can get the kind of people in there who have the courage that is necessary to stand up to the abuses. The abuses come from both parties. So what we're fighting against here, not Republicans and Democrats, we're fighting against those who believe in the freedom of the people and that this country is for of and by the people, and those who feel that it's for of and by the government.
That's actually well put, as it always is when you come on, Doctor. But I think this food thing and this healthcare thing are joined and similar in more ways than one would think. It takes a great deal of bravery to say no to goodies, to say no to coverage of pre-existing conditions, getting lifetime coverage caps removed, and not assume that you're not doing the other side and paying for it. So if you say no to that, you look heartless. If you say no to a farm bill, you look heartless because it looks like you don't like farmers, or in this case, you don't like catfish, or you don't like owls, or you don't like goats, or you don't like any of the stuff that is tucked in there with such pad upon pad, pork upon pork, that it is the brave soul who comes out and risks great voter wrath going back to his or her district to say, I said no to that goodie because it didn't make sense, we couldn't afford it, and I'm going to risk losing an election because of it.
Well, I think what we're going to have to do is educate people on how to explain things. We look at something like the national debt. Now, because you have a lot of economic sense, that a $17.5 trillion debt is a danger to all of us. The reason that we can get away with it and other people can't is because we can print money. The world monetary system is based on our dollar. There are others out there right now at this moment trying to get that changed. Do you know what happens if that changes and we are no longer the basis of the monetary fund? We would be a third world country overnight. These are things that people have to understand. This is not a Democrat or Republican issue. This is an issue of the existence of our nation as a prosperous entity for our children and our grandchildren. We have got to wake up.
You know, I was thinking to you, Doctor, when the IRS story came up this week with they want bonuses now, increase their budget now. And then, lo and behold, I discover, boy, who's among their latest targets now? Why, Dr. Ben Carson. That coincidence?
The IRS, well, it's not, I don't think it's a coincidence at all. What they're doing to D'Souza, I don't think that's a coincidence at all. And I call upon the Congress right now, get courage. You've got to stand up. The reason we have a divided government is because if one branch gets overly exuberant, the others can rein it in. You guys got to rein them in.
Well put, Dr. Ben Carson. Thank you very much. Again,